Welcome to a Startup's Step-by-Step IP Journey, a Crowd IP podcast created by Crowd and designed to guide startups through the intricacies of intellectual property protection. In partnership with the European Union Intellectual Property Office, EUIPO, we'll explore the critical steps entrepreneurs and startups need to take to safeguard their innovations and brand integrity in today's competitive landscape. First, startups should conduct an IP audit to gain a comprehensive understanding of their intellectual property assets and potential vulnerabilities. By identifying and evaluating their existing products, services, and innovations, startups can protect valuable assets. An IP audit helps startups identify patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets that are crucial for protecting their innovations from infringement or unauthorized use. Assess risks. By examining their IP portfolio, startups can identify any gaps or weaknesses in their protection strategies, allowing them to address potential risks and vulnerabilities proactively. Support business decisions. Understanding their IP assets enables startups to make informed decisions about licensing, partnerships, and investment opportunities, maximizing the value of their intellectual property. Ensure compliance. Conducting regular IP audits helps startups ensure compliance with relevant laws and regulations, reducing the risk of legal disputes or infringement claims. Enhance competitiveness. By safeguarding their intellectual property, startups can differentiate themselves from competitors, attract investors, and maintain a strong market position. Overall, conducting an IP audit is essential for startups to understand how to protect their innovations and assets, mitigate risks, and capitalize on opportunities for growth and success. With support from EUIPO, startups can access tools and resources for effective IP audits, ensuring all valuable assets are identified. Through this process, startups can gain insights into their intellectual property portfolio, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets associated with their offerings. This allows them to make informed decisions regarding IP protection strategies and prioritize areas for further development and investment. Secondly, after identifying their IP assets, startups must devise a strategic approach to protect them effectively. This involves prioritizing innovations. With support from EUIPO, startups can develop a tailored IP strategy that prioritizes their most valuable innovations. By assessing the commercial potential and competitive landscape of each asset, startups can identify the most critical areas for filing and protection. Aligning with business goals. EUIPO offers guidance on aligning IP strategy with business objectives, ensuring that startups' intellectual property efforts support their overall growth and success. By considering factors such as market positioning, product development, and revenue generation, startups can tailor their IP strategy to meet their specific needs and goals. Leveraging available resources. EUIPO provides startups with access to resources and tools to facilitate the development of their IP strategy. From educational materials and training sessions to online databases and IP clinics, startups can leverage these resources to gain valuable insights and guidance throughout the strategic planning process. Overall, determining an IP strategy is crucial for startups to protect their innovations effectively, capitalize on market opportunities, and achieve their long-term business objectives. With support from EUIPO, startups can develop a strategic approach that maximizes the value of their intellectual property assets and enhances their competitiveness in the marketplace. Thirdly, collaborating with IP experts is essential for startups to navigate the complexities of filing for IP protection effectively. This involves accessing networks of IP professionals. EUIPO offers startups access to networks of IP experts who specialize in various areas of intellectual property law. By leveraging these networks, startups can connect with experienced professionals who can provide guidance and support throughout the filing process. Understanding the filing process. EUIPO provides training sessions and workshops designed to help startups understand the intricacies of the filing process. From preparing and submitting applications to responding to office actions and maintaining IP rights, These sessions offer valuable insights into the steps involved in securing IP protection. Ensuring meticulous record keeping. EUIPO emphasizes the importance of maintaining meticulous records throughout the filing process. By keeping detailed documentation of their IP assets, filings, and correspondence with IP offices, startups can ensure compliance with regulatory requirements and facilitate effective management of their intellectual property portfolio. Overall, prioritizing IP filings is crucial for startups to protect their innovations and establish a strong foundation for future growth. With support from EUIPO and collaboration with IP experts, startups can navigate the filing process with confidence and maximize the value of their intellectual property assets. Fourth, startups must enact internal policies to protect their IP assets, educate employees, and safeguard trade secrets effectively. This involves developing internal policies. Startups should establish clear and comprehensive internal policies governing the protection of their intellectual property assets. These policies should outline procedures for identifying, documenting, and safeguarding IP assets, as well as guidelines for employee behavior and responsibilities regarding IP protection. Educating employees. EUIPO offers educational resources and best practice guidelines to help startups educate their employees about the importance of IP protection and their role in safeguarding company assets. Training sessions and workshops can raise awareness about IP rights, confidentiality obligations, and the potential consequences of IP infringement. Safeguarding trade secrets. Startups should implement measures to safeguard their trade secrets and confidential information from unauthorized access or disclosure. This may include restricting access to sensitive data, implementing encryption or other security measures, and requiring employees to sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, or confidentiality clauses. By working with EUIPO and leveraging educational resources and best practice guidelines, startups can develop and implement robust IP policies that protect their valuable assets and mitigate the risk of IP infringement or misappropriation. Fifth, monitoring the market for potential infringements is crucial for startups to protect their IP rights effectively. This involves market monitoring. Startups should regularly monitor the market for signs of potential IP infringements, including unauthorized use of trademarks, patents, copyrights, or trade secrets by competitors or third parties. This can be done through online searches, monitoring industry publications, attending trade fairs or conferences, and engaging with customers or stakeholders to gather intelligence. Identifying infringements. EUIPO offers support in monitoring IP infringements through various tools and resources. Startups can access databases, search engines, and monitoring services provided by EUIPO to identify instances of potential infringement and gather evidence to support their claims. Enforcing IP rights. When potential infringements are identified, startups can take legal action or send cease and desist letters to protect their IP rights. EUIPO provides guidance on the enforcement process, including advice on legal procedures, the preparation of legal documents, and the selection of appropriate legal remedies. By actively monitoring the market and enforcing their IP rights with support from EUIPO, startups can deter infringement, protect their valuable assets, and maintain their competitive advantage in the marketplace. Sixth, maintaining a comprehensive innovation log is essential for startups to track key decisions and milestones throughout their IP journey. This involves documentation. Startups should document all aspects of their innovation process, including brainstorming sessions, research and development activities, design iterations, and decision-making processes. By keeping detailed records, startups can establish a clear timeline of events and demonstrate the evolution of their ideas and inventions. Key decisions and milestones. Startups should identify and document key decisions and milestones related to their IP assets, such as the filing of patent applications, the registration of trademarks, or the signing of licensing agreements. This information helps startups track the progress of their IP portfolio and assess the effectiveness of their IP strategy over time. Compliance with IP regulations. EUIPO offers templates and tools to help startups streamline their documentation process and ensure compliance with IP regulations. Startups can access guidelines, checklists, and best practices provided by EUIPO to help them maintain accurate and up-to-date records of their IP assets. By documenting their innovation process with support from EUIPO, startups can enhance their IP management practices, protect their valuable assets, and position themselves for long-term success in the marketplace. 7th, promoting IP awareness through ongoing employee training is vital for creating a culture of IP protection within startups. This step involves training modules. Startups should provide regular training sessions and workshops to educate employees about the importance of IP protection, the types of intellectual property rights, and their role in safeguarding company assets. These training modules should cover topics such as identifying and protecting IP assets, understanding IP laws and regulations, and recognizing potential risks and infringements. Tailored workshops. EUIPO offers tailored workshops and training sessions designed specifically for startups to address their unique IP needs and challenges. These workshops provide practical guidance and real-world examples to help employees understand how IP issues impact their work and the importance of compliance with IP policies. By investing in employee education and training with support from EUIPO, startups can empower their workforce to actively participate in IP protection efforts, minimize the risk of IP infringement, and contribute to the overall success and growth of the company. 8th, implementing robust IP policies within the organization is crucial for startups to protect their intellectual property assets and foster a culture of IP awareness. This involves internal policies. Startups should enact internal policies to safeguard their IP assets, educate employees about the importance of IP protection, and outline procedures for handling confidential information and trade secrets. These policies should cover areas such as employee training, data security, confidentiality agreements, and IP ownership rights. Educational resources. EUIPO offers a range of educational resources and best practice guidelines to help startups develop and implement effective IP policies. Startups can access online training modules, webinars, and workshops provided by EUIPO to educate their employees about IP rights and responsibilities. Cultural emphasis. Startups should promote IP awareness throughout the organization by emphasizing the importance of IP protection in all aspects of their business operations. By fostering a culture of IP awareness and compliance, startups can create an environment where employees understand the value of intellectual property and take proactive steps to protect it. By implementing IP policies with support from EUIPO, startups can strengthen their IP management practices, reduce the risk of IP infringement, and maximize the value of their intellectual property assets. 9th, regularly reviewing and updating the IP strategy is essential to ensure alignment with business goals and market changes. This step involves reviewing IP strategy. Startups should periodically review their IP strategy to assess its effectiveness, identify any gaps or areas for improvement, and ensure that it remains aligned with the company's overall business goals and objectives. This review process should consider changes in the competitive landscape, technological advancements, and regulatory developments that may impact IP protection strategies. Updating IP strategy. EUIPO offers support in reviewing and updating IP strategies by providing access to legal advice, resources, and tools to help startups stay informed of changes in IP laws and regulations. Startups can consult with IP experts to address any emerging challenges, explore new opportunities, and adjust their IP strategies accordingly. By regularly reviewing and updating their IP strategies with support from EUIPO, startups can adapt to evolving business environments, mitigate risks, and leverage their IP assets effectively to drive business growth and success. And, finally, 10th, periodically consulting IP attorneys for legal advice is crucial for startups to stay compliant with IP laws and regulations. This step involves consulting IP attorneys. startups should periodically seek advice from IP attorneys to ensure that their IP operations are compliant with relevant laws and regulations. IP attorneys can provide guidance on various aspects of IP protection, including filing strategies, enforcement measures, and compliance with intellectual property laws. Accessing legal updates. EUIPO offers startups access to a network of IP attorneys and provides information on legal developments and updates affecting their IP operations. By staying informed about changes in IP laws and regulations, startups can proactively address any compliance issues and adapt their IP strategies accordingly. By regularly consulting IP attorneys and staying updated on legal developments with support from EUIPO, startups can effectively manage their IP portfolios, mitigate legal risks, and safeguard their intellectual property assets for long-term success. As we come to the end, let me thank you for joining us on this Crowd IP podcast outlining a startup's step-by-step IP journey. With the support of EUIPO, startups can navigate the IP landscape with confidence, ensuring the protection and success of their innovations in the competitive business world. From conducting IP audits to prioritizing filings, implementing policies, and leveraging IP in business strategy, startups have access to valuable resources and guidance every step of the way. By investing in IP protection and compliance, startups can safeguard their intellectual property assets and pave the way for future growth and success. Join us next time as we continue to explore strategies and best practices for startups in Europe.